with safe moves.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, it's annoying. His 1-1-1 pressure is really, really good. And, like, on top of it, yeah, he's got safe mix-ups as well. His offense is off the chain. It's pretty much he nickels and dimes you up to the point where he kind of can feel out how people are blocking, and then where he's more comfortable to take that big risk. But that, or just, you know, if he just builds up meter to have a breaker where that risk doesn't even have much of a consequence at all at that point.
Mm-hmm.
How come we never see Scorpion in tournaments?
Because everyone's dumb.
Where do you think Scorpion is? Because every time I think about him, I think like his worst matchups have to be 4-6. Like most of his matchups are 4-6s, 5-5, 6-4s. I don't think that he struggles with any character so much that he can't win. You know?
He struggles against like the big time zoners like Katana, Cabal, and Cyrax is a really bad match for him too. Like he can get out zoned. It's risk on the same. Like he's got to take big risks.
Wait, Cyrax? You got the
Cyrax.
teleport, dude.
That teleport is his ass.
You got the EX teleport.
He's done, man.
Yeah, that's risky too. And I mean, I just waste meter, and they just, you know, either uppercut me, or like a local Cyrax player here, he'll duck the first hit, and then, you know, one net before the second hit comes out, and I lose 80%. So I mean, and the worst part about it is I can't Hellfire. Like I literally have no option but just to walk forward and just start doing shit. At least like Katana and Cabal, I can kind of throw out a Hellfire, and the risk is, you know, if they're zoning, it's just eating a fireball or something. But eating a net is not a viable option.
I think one thing that hurts Scorpion in tournament play is that you're playing a 2 out of 3 set, and like a lot of time, like Slips is very smart player, but he needs matches to realize, you know, your patterns, if you're gonna, you know, how you're gonna react to the 50-50 and shit like that. And 2 out of 3 games does not give you enough time. Like a lot of times when we play, I always blow him up when we first start playing. Then he'll kind of download how I'm playing that day, and we start going back and forth. Or he'll start...
It's always on that third game, though, right?
Yeah, it's... Because you have to... Scorpion's a high-risk character. I mean, he's got to throw out shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Just to make the matchup work. And, I mean, unless you know how that person's thinking, I mean, you don't have time to be able to download someone that quick. You just kind of go on a limb and just like, man, I hope this works. I think that's one reason he doesn't do as well in tournaments, because it's just he doesn't have long enough time to really feel out how someone is thinking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That 50-50
I mean,
shit pisses
that
me
tournament, when you only have 2 out of 3 games, it's the scariest part about tournament play. I'm afraid of that, and I play the most safest, conservative character that's ever been created in Mortal Kombat. You know, I'm not doing anything fucking risky. And I'm worried that I only have 2 out of 3 games. I can't even imagine the stress of trying to play Scorpion in that environment.
I played Scorpion in one tournament here in Arizona, and yeah, that character is incredibly stressful.
Right.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, you can play him pretty safe, like you can turtle pretty well. If he's got meter, then you can turtle really well. Because if people start getting in a pattern of zoning, you know, you've got EX Sphere and you've got EX Teleport, and you can really blow people up. But if they're really conservative with their zoning, but they're still zoning at the same time, it's cheap. That's the cheapest.
Take us inside the mind of a Scorpion player real quick. On the 50-50 Vortex thing, how do you decide if you're going to go high or low? Is it random?
I usually try and scout out how they're blocking during 1-1-1 pressure. It's like, I mean, it's
I know,
tough.
but
like,
if you get the overhead, you're going to think they're going to go low the next time, and then you go overhead again. I hate that shit, dude. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's just random. I have no
They have no
There's no
pattern.
way to tell because everyone thinks differently. You just gotta pick something.
How do you feel about the people that say that they can see it on reaction?
I think they're full of shit. I haven't played anyone who can see it on reaction.
What they say that they go for the low and that they can see the overhead.
It's
Talk
a
about that.
difference of 1 frame.
No,
That's
you can
impossible.
hear the overhead.
What do you about the talking point that you can hear the overhead?
That doesn't make a sound until the swords hit the ground.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest. Yeah, you can hear it while you're launched in the air. The dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Hey, what do you think about back 2 as an overhead? There's some guy at NEC, I think it was Pimp Luigi, was using it.
Uh-huh.
You mean as an anti-air?
Yeah. Or did I say overhead? My bad.
Yeah, Scoot McGee does that too, as an anti-air.
It's okay anti-air. It's just you have to know they're jumping. I don't like it. I'd rather go with down 1.
Yeah, he already has a great anti-air.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's at least I don't know. They both do the same damage. It just seems like down 1's a lot safer. I mean, what if you're playing someone with a good you just whip the back 2 and you're fucked?
I had a question with the down 1. What when you anti-air with it, are you already buffering the teleport or?
His down 1 has got an obscene vertical hitbox. So I mean, I just do down 1 and I just buffer in the teleport right off of it.
Here's another question about Scorpion. Myself and a few others have a theory that every other character, that his jump punch has a significantly larger hitbox than other characters. That he can blow up low pokes. Like when you try to lower your hitbox when he does a cross-up, Scorpion can actually knock you out of that, unlike anyone else. Do you think we're right, or are we crazy?
I think some characters have better jump punches than others, yeah. And I don't think that Scorpion's horizontal hitbox is any better, but he reaches down a lot further down than a lot of characters. Like I can jump over someone and almost on the wave down from the peak of my jump, I can hit the punch button and it'll hit people crouching or standing.
Crazy.
It has a huge downward angle that most people's jump punches don't have. I think his and I think maybe Luke Hanks has got a really good one too, or maybe Sub-Zero. Some people just have really good jump punches.
I think
I swear Katana's is horrible, and it's noticeable with Katana.
Yeah, it is. I can tell a big difference between Katanas and Scorpions.
I was playing against a buddy of mine here in Arizona named Samo, and he used to he was using Sub-Zero, and he would jump in with front punch as opposed to back punch, and I guess there's a difference in the hitbox between front punch and back punch. I didn't notice that. It definitely feels it feels like the front punch has the hitbox extends out slightly farther. Like he was beating Sonya uppercuts with a front punch, from a far deep jump.
I've beaten uppercuts with jump punches as well. It's you have to do it super early. You almost have to do it to where the very end of the animation of the jump punch, it will actually, I don't know, maybe it has crazy priority, but it'll beat it's actually beaten 16-bit standing 2 sometimes.
Yeah, it's
really weird.
Dumb.
Yeah,
but I have to know you're gonna try an anti-air, and I have to do it super early. It's really strange.
That's one thing I'm hoping for the next game is that how every single jumping punch normal is essentially the same with kicks. I'm hoping there's a lot more different priorities on normals and a lot of different normals in the game for the next one.
Yeah, that was a really strange decision they made. Not like that in the 2D games.
How do you mean?
Yeah, it was.
No, are you guys crazy? Look at Katana's jump kick in MK2 compared to Baraka's drop kick. Or look at Shang Tsung's pointy.
It was all the same.
No, they were not. You're an idiot.
No, they weren't.
They were totally different.
All the normals were the same.
No, they were not.
No, not at all.
No,
wait, you mean the
all.
hitbox? The hitbox on them?
The hitboxes were totally different. The
Oh,
length
okay.
of them,
Yeah.
their active, everything. They were.
I mean, that's like that in this game, though. I don't see how there's that much of a difference. I mean, we just went over how we have.
But not to the same degree.
Well, I'm thinking in a game like Street Fighter, how if you do a jumping light kick, that's going to have less blocks done, less hits.